Alright, I think I'm live now. Yep, I'm live now. All I do is look for the arrow on the corner of the screen. Not the arrow, but the thing that counts. Yep. Okay, I got a little discombobulated there. Oh well, I want to do a live stream, talk about a couple different things. A couple days ago, I done a live stream. I go down to the table and I found some interesting information after the fact because I was talking about the crazy weather and other things going on. But I go down the table, get a clock in, and I met the couple that bought bonbons. Like, I think I remember the names. I talked to them. They told me the names, and I cannot remember what they said the names were. I'm bad with names. Remember to forget your name 5 minutes after I meet you club. Just saying. But I thought I'd do something. I know most people, you probably ain't been out much because it's so cold. It's just this weather's been unbearably cold. Of course, I'm being Captain Obvious. Everybody already knows that. It's only like in the teens out there now, and it's like, I don't know, the wind cell's been 12, 13 below zero, even 20 below zero. This morning, I don't know what the temperature was, and I woke up. I remember getting out of bed, moving around, reading a little bit of my Bible. Then a few minutes, and a little bit later, I watched the live stream, and then I've been watching TV most of the evening since then, after I watched the Cranberry Baptist Church live stream. I was hoping to make it a source tonight, but it's supposed to be miserably cold, so I probably won't make it a source tonight either. I'll probably just watch the live stream again. But I'm going to try it still. If the Lord's willing, I plan on doing at least one live stream a week somewhere. Maybe occasionally I'll do more. Now in the future, when this miserably cold weather goes away, maybe I can do more live streams outdoors, because I like going to Thurman and doing live streams in Thurman. I would love to do a Prince live stream, but that's impossible. Well, I wouldn't say impossible, just extremely difficult because my phone service ain't good enough there for me to do a live stream. I barely have phone service at all there half the time. But this weather, one of the things I want to talk about is how weird and unusual this weather is. Now, the cold ain't too unusual, because it seems like once every so many years we get this miserably cold weather. Although some of the coldest temperatures on record has been reported to a lot of places in the deep south. Because I remember years in the past, 2016, 2017, 2018 winter seasons, we're getting a lot of this cold weather, so 2 winters in a row. Because I commented about 2017, 2018 winter season in my video of Prince. Just in case you ain't seen it, I did do some videos where I walked around Prince, West Virginia. In the videos, I walked down to the riverbank, from the riverbank across the Amtrak station, walked across the bridge, and stopped at McCreary. So in the new river is covered with ice, by the way, a lot of ice. You can't walk across there, it's not that strong. Although I did give myself a good jump scare, because in the video clip I posted on my Facebook page called Waters Adventures, I'm walking on the boat ramp, trying to tell exactly where the riverbank is, the edge of the water, so I don't step on it. And I stepped on one chunk of ice on the riverbank, and it crunched under my foot, and I jumped back a few feet. Then I got a video I actually walked out in the lake a little bit, till I watched the lake. I didn't go that far, though. I only went like probably no more than 20 feet out, because I stayed right around where the boat dock is. And I walked a little bit past it and turned around. I was following the footsteps, so I seen a few other people had walked and turned around. And I thought it was interesting. That video I ain't got up yet. I got some videos of Plumwater's Lake coming, and I got some videos. Well, both my Facebook and YouTube. My Facebook page is called Waters Adventures. But I just want to talk about a couple different things. Not a lot of people's joining. I've noticed that, though. If I go live from trackside Thurman, or live trackside here in Mount Hope, or I just do a live stream of me walking down the street doing the historical walking tour, it seems like people love those outdoor live streams. They do pretty good. Maybe in the future, I'll do a few outdoor live streams along the Appalachian Trail. Won't be anytime soon, though. That's for sure. It's too cold for that. I want to say it's too cold to be on the trail sleeping and camping, but people are on the trail right now and following them. Although they've been forced off the trail to the oncoming snowstorms down in the Great Smokies down south. I was talking to my mom about that earlier. Earlier we were talking about some of the snow. I seen some of the pictures, and in Tennessee, North Carolina. One town in North Carolina, I can't remember the name of it, they had nearly 2 feet of snow, which is unusual for the deep south. They're not used to that. Around here, we're used to the snow. South, they're not. Of course, I'm not used to this miserably cold weather. It's even though it does come. Seems like once every so many years we get a winter where it wants to stay cold, this unbearably cold for weeks at a time. But what's unusual is the ice. We got all that snow, and then a week ago, today makes exactly 1 week since this happened. But I remember, I remember seeing the whole entire. I remember seeing it raining. We've had 2 whole weeks of miserably cold weather, though, pretty much. But I remember Sunday, it was rain. It's pouring down the rain. It's 22 degrees and pouring down the rain. We're getting in the high 20s, and it's actually raining on top of snow, freshly fallen snow, and it got it all wet and slushy. Then the temperature's got in the low 30s for a few minutes. Got a couple degrees above freezing for a few hours. I mean, not minutes. Then the temperatures dropped back to in the single digits. When they dropped in the single digits, it got icy. So we got, I don't know how much ice out there. It's a foot thick in some places. A lot of places it's like 3 or 4 inches thick, a foot thick, even more depending on where you're at and how much ice built up, which is crazy. Low CCLB 4LC. Oh, something else I'm thinking about. I apologize. There will be a lack of train videos, probably. Only a temporary lack of train videos because I can't get out and film much. Not from a lack of trying, because yesterday I went to Pax area for a little bit before I had to go to work. Got some videos of Plumboards and Lake cover of ice and a nice driving video along Paint Creek. I also got a video on my Facebook page where I walked right across Paint Creek. Oh, yeah. Said no, CC, it's a dawn on me. Corey drives the train through Pax and used to work while I was a corpsman. Common sense, they told me who that was. I had a brain fart there. But I was in Pax yesterday and I walked it. You have to check it out. My Facebook channel called Waller's Adventures. I actually walk across frozen Paint Creek. It's a good video. Give you a good laugh when you watch it. Because there's a good video of me walking there. Then I got the video with. It'll probably be a few days, but I've got a video coming up of me walking along. Now my knee is itching like crazy for some reason. But I got a video of me walking along the lake a little bit. I didn't go very far in the lake, but I went out a little bit. Wasn't a pack, same things everywhere. Snow and ice, lots of snow and ice. I thought they're trying to get me to say I'm never going to live that one down. Oh well, it's something that the Tubby group will never let me live down. Or some other friends in that matter. I don't know how long I'm going to go live. I'm probably going. I kind of didn't plan this today. I've been debating about the live stream. I've been enjoying watching TV too, so it's one of the reasons I took so long getting to the live stream. Probably won't go more than 30, 40 minutes just so I can go for a quick walk through town to scout the house. House will be glad when this cold weather goes away. Maybe I'll get some good train videos. I'm going to try here the next few days. Can't make any promises, but here the next couple of days, I might try to get out the Hitton area because that's also posted in Hitton where people was walking out in the middle of the river. Not that I would be brave enough to try that, but might be walking out there and get pictures and videos. But where I really want to go is Anstead, walk the Mill Creek Rail Trail down to Hawks Nest State Park and see the Hawks Nest Lake. And the Hawks Nest Rail Trail, it's been called the Mill Creek Rail Trail for years. And then I went down and lost it down there in the fall. I realized they done changed it from the Mill Creek Rail Trail to the Hawks Nest Rail Trail. I noticed the brand new signs. So it's no longer called the Mill Creek Rail Trail, but still I'll have it. I want to call it the Mill Creek Rail Trail. It's like the Table. For years, it was Giuseppe's, even though the restaurant's called the Table now, and they got really good food. I from time to time, still want to say Giuseppe's. And Bacon Mountain Hope is now Pennington Community Bank. But I think most of us still prefer, around here, grew up here, still prefer to the Bacon Mountain Hope. Just because you get used to something being a certain name for a certain number of years, you get used to it. Yeah, we got a lot of ice up here. I just uploaded the video, I think, yesterday. So Prince area, where you can see the river flows most of the way across. Nice, the new river flows most of the way across, but you also got you got a lot of snow and ice on the riverbank and the hillside. It's crazy how thick the ice is. A little scary seeing how thick the ice is. All the years go by, I'm not early 40s now. I'll be 41 in a couple months. Well, yeah, less than 2 months. I'll be turning 40. 41, I mean, I'm already 40. I'll be turning 41. And I've never seen weather like this. We have ice this thick on the ground for this long time. It's not unusual for us to get dumped on for snow during a snowstorm and to stay miserably cold for weeks at a time like this. Because 2016, 2017 winter season, I think we had a couple of weeks. 2017, 2018 winter season, it lasted the whole time up in January and the beginning of February. But I've never seen the weather this bad where you're getting actual record-breaking temperatures, cold temperatures in Florida. I've been seeing the news articles and stuff. Towns in Florida like Tampa and a few other places being at temperatures in the teens at night. Yeah, but I'm getting old. My sister's just a few years younger than me, and she pointed out that she's getting old too. I think she's 4 years younger than me, so she just turned 37. Actually, no, she just turns 27 in a week from now. I can't say she just turned 27. Her birthday's in about a week, so she'll be 37 on the 12th, and I'll be 41 in April. So I like to point that out. We're both getting old. Hey, what makes me feel old, though, is I'm still single, live alone. I haven't met my future wife yet. But one thing makes me feel old. I run the friends I went to school with, and they'll be introducing me to kids who are teenagers now. And then my cousin, who's just a few years younger than me, has a son that's graduated from high school, is in college now. And I have a few friends that Corey be 33 this year. I have a few friends that's actually got kids that's graduated already, that had kids when they were still in school, and their kids have graduated already. And these are friends I went to school with. That'll make them feel old. Just like to point that out. But 2 years ago, in the summer of 2024, we had miserably hot weather. I thought about that because it's some of the hottest temperatures on record, ever recorded on record. I remember working with Brian at Cranberry Woods. Now, that was a miserable summer. I don't mind the grass cutting and mowing, but it stayed unbearably hot, temps in the high 80s and low 90s the whole entire summer. I remember thinking late September, late October, we're going to get a break from this miserably hot weather, and we're still working at Cranberry Woods and other projects. Even if beginning of November, we were having record-breaking highs. And it's unbearably hot even in the middle of November. First time in my life, we're working on the yard, trimming bushes and working up leaves for somebody, actually doing yard work, and we got rained on. First time in my life I could say it felt good in November. In the middle of some of y'all walk in the yard and you get a little poof, a little bust of heavy rain that don't last long, but it feels good. But in November, normally it would be cold and the rain would be miserable. But first time in my life in the middle of November, this rain feels good. July and August, you're used to saying that. Usually in November it's cold. Oh well. One had some outside in the yard switching cars. Yeah, I bet that's no fun either in the rail yard switching cars when it's in the 90s in Herders, because I think it's in the 90s almost every day for 3 months straight this past, 2024. Last summer it was only miserably hot for a couple of weeks. Not a whole lot's been going on in PAX. I've been trying to catch a few trains there. I know if you go over to PAX now, Paint Creek is completely glazed over with ice for the most part. You can actually walk out onto the lake at Plumwatch Lake. It's actually strong enough to hold you in certain areas. Not at the main entrance because you got that overflow thing for the dam and the water goes through down there and the ice don't get thick enough there because of the flow. Maybe go out, walk along the trail along the lake bank, there's spots where you can get out about 10, 20 feet and stand on the lake. I might go down there and I might go down the Little Beaver Hill next week or two and maybe get some pictures and videos of people ice fishing. Because if we start getting temperatures in the 40s and rain, it's going to melt the ice. Because it's all about high 30s and low 40s. I'm going to plan some trips to get out and about. I can't promise any train video trips anytime soon. If I get a train on video, I'll upload it. If I get a train. I know RJ Corman's been taking the trains up to Packs, and the past few times they've been up, I've missed them because it's been too cold to wait. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll try to catch RJ Corman coming up. Maybe I'll just sit in the library until the train's there, depending on what time they come up. But they've been going up. They've been going through Mount Hope before 9, and a few times, just a few minutes after 9, and then they're dropping cuts of cars off. I've been basically sitting in the house because I've not wanted to be out in the cold. Jason, call him Little Chris. I have to remember that and see what he says. I haven't seen him lately. I saw Chris the other day, and I saw Andy the other day when I filmed the train. I think that was over 2 weeks ago, the most recent train videos I filmed. Right at 2 weeks ago, I filmed them just before the snow and cold, because I think it's in the low 40s that day, about 2 weeks ago. And I filmed RJ Corman took the low train off the Brett's line to the main line after that empty coal train went by. Then they took the empty train up, but not the best quality video because it was getting dark by the time they took the empty train up. I say Little Chris and tell him I'm from Corey. I'll say what he says next time I see him. I think I did talk to him a little bit the other day because the same day I talked to Andy, he was in the cab. The other guy whose name I can't think of off the back, who was in the highway truck. It's like, Jason, Andy said hi. And I said, tell him to say hi back. And he grabbed the radio and said hi back over the radio. But I might run into him again because here in the next few days, I'm going to get out and try to get some more videos. Tomorrow I got a lot going on. I'm getting what I'm trying to say is I'm getting my taxes done tomorrow to see how much I got back. Which reminds me, I got to talk to our tax guy tomorrow when I go to Oak Hill Public Library and get my taxes done. I got to discuss this with my YouTube. Now I'm monetized and making money. I've got to figure out the best way to handle it because I know I'm going to have to pay taxes on that. I ain't made a huge amount yet. So I don't have to pay a huge amount, but I got to find the best way to do it and who to talk to because once every so often, every so many months, I'm going to have to pay taxes. I think somebody told me once every 3 or 4 months. I don't fully understand how that works because I'm new at that. I'm used to the whole walking exhaustion way of paying taxes. Or when I was on my own mowing wheat and grass, I would have to tell them what I made. Make a long story short, I don't know exactly how to handle that problem until I talk to somebody. But the tax guy will give me all the information I need to know. That way I can do it properly and make sure I pay taxes on what I make. I'm actually making enough now where I can actually be back on my own for the most part. Now, I am still going to work at the table part-time, but at least I could keep a small handful of yards on my own, not mow. Because when me and Brian worked together, we were mowing over 70 yards together, just me and him and occasionally a younger guy. The only time it was miserable was when we were trying to do cranberry woods on top of like 50 or 60 yards. Now, that was not much fun. That was a miserable summer because it's just so much work and so much stress. And that's in the summer of 2024, I basically re-uploaded some of my older videos because I just didn't have time to get out and film a lot. So I uploaded most of my older videos and made it play off like they were new. Because some of them didn't get very many views because when I uploaded them, I didn't have hardly any followers on my YouTube. I still got out and filmed some on the weekends of summer 2024. There's not a whole. I still got a few evens here and there I got out. Most of the time, I have time to get out and film on the weekends and on days off. I'm just having to give up some stuff to actually make it work out. Good example, I ain't giving up the schoolhouse market for the most part. Not saying I'm giving it up completely because I might occasionally go up there and sell the parking lot on a Saturday here and there. The old video I'm trying to think which ones that is. I got a few videos of you on the train still on YouTube, and I got one when I don't think I have the one where Chris is yelling at you from the truck. But I still got a few videos of you on on the train. I think I got a video in Mount Hope when you were doing Switzerland moves somewhere. 20 minutes. I've noticed something though. When I'm out in public on the tracks I film outdoors, I get a lot more people following me. Goes to show the majority of my followers love it when I'm out and about. If it was not so miserably cold, unbearably cold, I probably would have done a live walking tour through Mount Hope. Because I wanted to point some stuff out. Good example, somebody actually bought bonbons. I cannot remember the names of the couple that bought bonbons, the people bought it, but they actually got plans. I can't say what. I've heard stories about the Airbnb upstairs and the brewery downstairs, but they told me they don't know yet. They are considering the Airbnb idea and renting out the houses as rental properties, but they haven't made up their mind completely yet. Same with downstairs. The family don't know what they're going to do downstairs yet. They're wanting to get some kind. Their goal is to get some kind of businesses in there to attract customers and tourists to the Mount Hope area. And that same family is considering buying more buildings here in Mount Hope. I think they might buy A's department store, but they haven't decided yet. I did find out they have been talking to John about it though, but it's not official. I can say that. But bonbons officially sold. The Edmund Company store sold back in the spring. So I don't know what's going on with all that. Only time will tell. Be careful of that one guy be after you again. I blocked him. I finally got him blocked so far. But I don't think it's a permanent block. I think it's a temporary block. No, I do know that he gets mad because I point out buildings. But the same guy that's after me also went around Thurman and swore up and down that he was the new owner of all these buildings. He told me they bought a bunch of houses that the Park Service owned. He's sitting there, the same guy said telling all these people that he's buying all these houses the Park Service. The Park Service will not sell to anybody or lease to anybody. Of course, he also was running around town saying he's buying all these buildings along Main Street, but he's not. I know a few of the building owners and storefront owners downtown are a little irritated with me right now because I point out the truth. I'm being Captain Obvious, and the buildings are sitting and falling down. I'm not going to sit there and act like I don't see it, but I'm not going to sit there and call the owners out by name either. Except that one time when that person kind of made me mad was I shouldn't have done that. All I'm doing is pointing out the buildings on Main Street and in what's going on with the buildings and what's going on with the town. A lot of people that grew up here likes to know that. Here's Chris. Chris is like, he's one of the guys that works for RJ Corman. There's Chris, there's Jason, Andy, Cordell, and the other guy I talked to the other day whose name I cannot remember. But them that work for RJ Corman, I became friends with most of them over the years because I'm always out filming the train. I think they enjoy seeing me. Kenny, I guess that's the other guy's name. He's the one I was talking to the other day. I'm bad with names sometimes. But in the future videos, I'll be very cautious what I'm saying. Got me thinking because I was watching the video that Pastor McCormick was talking about this morning about that, because you can go on there and say stuff to stir the pot and say stuff you shouldn't say. So I got to be very cautious of what I say in some of my videos, just to not to try to offend and upset people if I can help it. Of course, some people it's impossible to avoid, because I got people, no matter what I film, they're going to get mad. That's the problem. I could be standing beside the railroad tracks filming the train. It's wrong. I could be sitting here. They'll have something to say about these stuff in the wall in the background. I mean, there's some people that get on here. That's what you call trolls. Did you hear what I said? I think I missed that. Yeah, I definitely don't want that guy after me again. Yeah, I like those again. Oh, you have to find those. I may do that here soon. I may find some older videos and we upload just have some train videos out. got the one way you stick your out the window and yell, hey, you go across that crossing down 61. That'd be a good one we upload, make it into a YouTube short. Okay, trying to read all these. I remember. I have to see how many old videos I got there. Oh, Kenny's named that one person I can't remember. Okay, I missed something somewhere. Oh, hello. Thank you. I'm glad I wish I could say everybody likes my stuff, but you always got that one. Every YouTuber, one thing that every single YouTuber has in common, we all have in common. Every one of us is going to have that one troll that wants to get in the sound and be in the comments. Kind of like the other day. This one had me laughing pretty good, but there's a person I follow, Randino, the hiking trails. He does a lot of videos about the Appalachian Trail. He does a lot of updates and stuff. And somebody got in there and did not like his dogs because when he does these update videos, he has a couple dogs that's usually in the video, like his dog Daisy. Apparently, somebody was mean in the comments in one of the videos, and he basically read a comment and called the person out and didn't have no trouble telling them what he thought about them, which I thought was funny. He just called them out, the YouTube name out, and just basically said what needed to be said, and then went on about his video. Yeah, not quite 30 minutes yet. I'm trying to debate if I'm going to go downtown or not. Maybe I'll go downtown and do a couple short video clips where somebody bought bonbons and come back home. But if I do get out, I better do it soon because it's almost 4. Actually, correction, it's almost 4:30. It's later than I thought. I thought it's close to 4, but it's closer to 4:30. So it's a little bit later than I thought it was. But I do know that it's going to be another miserably cold night. It's going to be in the single digits tonight. That's why I always got going on the packs. I don't think anything's scheduled to go through packs tonight, I bet. I know yesterday I was hoping to get a train, but I didn't. At least I got some great videos of Paint Creek flows over of ice in the snow and ice. I still make good videos. Those wintry snowy and ice videos still make good videos to show the amount of snow and ice. But that's something I've noticed about the weather, though, how cuckoo the weather is. Not just here, but all over the country. You coming in? Nope. My cat was just outside the door, opened the door, so he took off running, so he's not going to come in and say hi. I heard her out there. I just know that Florida getting record low temperatures, some of the coldest temperatures ever recorded on record. Huge snowstorms. Some of the southern states and southern cities are getting some of the worst snowstorms ever. Although some of these places in North Carolina that's getting the 2 feet of snow, and I think it's the blizzard of 96 or 93. I can't remember what year, but no, it's the blizzard of 93. There was actually a couple of towns in North Carolina that's got over 2 feet of snow. Right now have 5 feet of snow. So at least they didn't break a record, but then a few towns that didn't get the snow from that storm is breaking records, which is interesting, the amount of snow that could fall in one snowstorm. That storm here, we get up to the snow, and we got maybe a half inch from that storm. And it does great mountains, and the people have been walking. That's something else I'll be doing. Come springtime, I will be doing a lot Gully River woodworkings. I bet the Gully River flows over of ice too. I haven't been down there lately. I know Cthulhu Falls is flows over because I saw some posts on Facebook that somebody posted. There's people actually ice climbing Cthulhu Falls. I thought that was so cool. Just about, I know New River just about froze over because it had ice a little over halfway across. But when I end the live stream here the next little bit, you have to check that out. I got videos, which I kind of repeated myself a little bit in the video clips because every video clip, all the different places I was talking about how miserably cold it is and how it hasn't been this cold since 2016. the 2017-2018 winter season. I didn't think about that. I did 3 different video clips and I edited all 3 together, made it one long video clip. Well, I said the same thing in all 3 video clips. So I apologize when you watch that I said the same thing like 3 different times. But that was like, I think that was Thursday when I was down there. I haven't been down there since then, but I bet it's froze over completely now, the new river. Yeah, if we get a few more days like this, I bet it will be, because it's supposed to be miserably cold tonight. I don't think the Canal River can get froze completely over there, but downstream from there, you get downstream so far because of all the coal bars. Once you get past the Mammoth Mine on, you got all those coal bars that probably get down the river, and they don't give it time to. Probably don't give it time to freeze over, because before it gets completely froze over, the bars is going up and down the river. I don't think those bars go past the Mammoth Mine. I think the Mammoth Mine is the farthest upstream they go on the Canal River, which ain't too far, because once you get past that, you only got a few miles from the Mammoth Mine to Canal Falls, so they couldn't go past that even if they wanted to. Thank you. I'm going to try to keep that up, the history in the area. That's something else I'm wanting to do more of. I'm wanting to get back to these abandoned mining towns again and film more of that. Once this cold weather breaks, I'm going to do more video clips of these abandoned mining towns that I've already been to multiple times and put on my Facebook page called Waters Adventures. But there's some abandoned mining towns I've never been to in the New Gorse. It's not too far from Hawks Nest State Park, and we'll try to get to cut close to spring and film that I've never put on my YouTube before. Thank you. God was there, wasn't Fayetteville. I'm actually from Mount Hope area here where I live now. I literally live 2 streets over from the street I grew up on. I grew up on 2nd Street. Of course, I also grew up in the trailer park. Get to the point. When I was growing up in the 90s, I was at my grandma's house on 2nd Street. Well, I was at my mom's house in the trailer park down Maple Fork Road, so I pretty much grew up here. And the house that was my grandma's house is on 2nd Street. I'm on Broad Street, which is 2 streets over. And no, before anybody asks, I'm not giving the address, because people don't need to know my address. I do say Tubby. Every once in a while I say Tubby. I don't say Tubby in most of my videos these days. I do in an occasional video here and there. It's not very often these days. I think the last video I actually said Tubby in was the Canova video. I yelled Tubby a few times. I'm like, I hardly ever get to say Tubby in Canova. I'm saying here in Canova, Tubby, or something like that, because I think I said Tubby a few times in that Canova video. I don't know, that's just the past few months I've said Tubby very little in my videos, I will admit. I haven't stopped 100%, but I haven't been saying it much either. Just got old or something like that. Yeah, I guess I said it so many times in the video. It seems like every time I filmed the train, I was saying Tubby multiple times. I still want to, every once in a while I want to throw it in there, but after a while saying yelling that in multiple videos, I just guess I got old. And it's like when you work the school lunch, like the school cafeteria, if you want, when every student goes by, do you want peas? Do you want peas? Do you want carrots? Do you want carrots? Whatever's in there. They probably ask every student that comes through. My favorite idol is the one that is. Oh, that's a good question. The one that keeps me updated when the train's coming. I'm trying to think of something else I was going to say. Almost 35 minutes. I'm going to go a little bit longer. But my plans for when the weather warms up, a couple things I got planned. Come springtime, which is a ways away, I'm going to get on the Allegheny Trail and the Appalachian Trail. I want to do like the Appalachian Trail one of these days, but I can't afford it right now. So I'm going to stick to, let me stand up for a minute there. Okay, there we go. I'm going to stand up I'm going to attempt to do like the Allegheny Trail, maybe. but it'll take 2 weeks to hike it all. The Appalachian Trail, if I ever win the lottery, I'll actually attempt to hike on it. Honestly, Allegheny Trail, maybe I won't attempt to hike. Maybe I'll just do a couple different section hikes, because the Allegheny Trail can be broken up in 4 different sections, so I can do 4 different section hikes completed. Or I might just do 2 and do 150 some miles, 150 some miles next time. Now, Appalachian Trail, I'm just going to plan a series of section hikes and do a lot of time until I get it complete. That's the only thing with it. Hi, you coming in to say hi? Hey. Okay. My cat comes in the door and goes straight in that bag in the floor. It's like, you come in and say hi. She's sticking her face out of the bag. Well, if I move, you might be able to see her, maybe. You gonna come out and say hi? You ain't gonna say hi? She don't want to say hi. But I'm gonna probably here in the next few minutes wrap this up. But something else I'm gonna do as time goes on. As time goes on, I'm gonna plan more trips. I'm gonna try to do more walking history tours in towns here in southern West Virginia, maybe a few in Virginia and other states too. Of course, I also want to visit more state parks in the area. My goal is the next few years, maybe not all this year or next year, but I want to try to visit every state park in the state of West Virginia at some point. Because I've visited a lot already. Hawks Nest and Babcock here in Fayette County I've been to multiple times. St. Fleur Beaver I've been to multiple times. And then there's the Pinnacle Rock State Park just outside of Bluefield. I've been to it a time or two too. Actually, I've been to it like 3 times, I think. I don't know. I'd ask him about that. Me and him went down to Canova a few weeks ago, and we passed the state office, but we did not stop. Because I didn't know he was going to go to Canova either. What I need to do is start getting trips on these hiking trails in the area and build myself up for the Appalachian Trail. I bet if I move this area, you can see my kitty. Come here. Come on. Get Ceci to say hi before I end the video. She's wanting to play. But because I'm wanting to spend a week or 2 on the Appalachian Trail come springtime, I also want to spend some time on the Allegheny Trail, so I got to plan both trails. Yeah, I got her, a little kitten here. Midnight sadly passed away. I missed Midnight. I had her 14 years ago. I can't tell Ceci's happy. I don't think she wanted to get out of that bag. She came in and went straight in the bag. I don't know when I've been St. Dolphins again. She went straight back in the bag. I had a nice sweater that came in there as a gift from a friend of mine. Keep me warm. Of course, that one's in the bedroom right now. Because my cat loves the bag. I got the hoodie. She got the bag. I don't know when I'll do my next live stream, by the way, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I may want to talk about the crazy weather we've been getting lately and some future plans. And I may or may not do a video about the bonbons, because I'm going to ask the people whenever I get a chance to talk to them more if they don't mind being interviewed. If they don't mind being interviewed, maybe I'll do a video. It would have been a cool poster removing the signs, but I was here at home when they were removing the signs from bonbons after it's selling. But I'd let people know my next trips. Maybe here in a few days it'll be warm enough where I could actually do a live stream and thumb and not freeze my butt off. Thanks for watching, everybody.